Welcome back to Orange Hat Reviews, everyone. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. So, I am doing a review for The Man in the Iron Mask. Now, one of the things I've always seen this movie as is an unofficial sequel to The Three Musketeers with Charlie Sheen, Kiefer Sutherland, Chris O'Donnell, and Oliver Platt. It's not a true sequel to that movie because these are made by two different studios, obviously. However, I have always, because they have been close together, or were made close together, 93 and 98, 5 years apart, I've always felt that this movie, while it doesn't have the Disney comedy, it does have some sense of comedy to it, which keeps it in the heart of a story that can connect to the Three Musketeers. The Man in the Iron Mask is actually a remake of a 77 film, I believe, or an earlier iteration. This film is good writing. Apparently it doesn't have any favor in Rotten Tomatoes, most likely because it's been whitewashed or it's not with French accents and yada yada. But, however, the cast is great. I mean, Leonardo DiCaprio, in his younger years, he plays a tyrant very well. He also played the other half, Philippe, very well. Jeremy Irons as Aramis, friggin' Athos, John Malkovich, Gerard Depardieu as Porthos, and Gabriel Byrne as D'Artagnan. Great choices. Randall Wallace as a director, I'm not really sure of his resume, so let's take a look at it. Well, it doesn't seem that he did The Secretariat and Pearl Harbor. Both, from what I understand, were very good movies. Apparently, they felt differently that this was not one of his best efforts. Well, honestly, in my own opinion, I think that it is actually a very well done movie. Yes, you have a more serious tone than The Three Musketeers, which I have dubbed an official, or these movies, kind of a duology to each other. But this movie does have a very good story to put into it. Yes, it does, or it's based on an account that was written in a journal back in those days of only one journal entry. And it was a prisoner that was known as the Man in the Iron Mask, hence the title. The film is actually quite good. It shows the cruelty of this iteration of Louis XIV. Louis XIII was the one from the Three Musketeers, so this is the next in line. However, they do have a clever twist. I'm not going to spoil it for those of you who have not seen this movie. But it is quite a clever twist. And the Man in the Iron Mask, obviously, is Philippe, who is his twin brother. So, this movie does a great job at portraying the Musketeers. I almost thought that one of the actors was Chris O'Donnell, but it turns out it was a different actor altogether, who played the person who aspired, or who was inspired by Andre Edward Atherton. He actually looks a little bit like Chris O'Donnell, he always aspired and was inspired by Captain D'Artagnan. Judith Godrèche as Christine Belfort. She did a wonderful job in this film too. Playing a woman who was in love with Aramis' son, or Athos' son, Raoul, and who was basically seduced by the king due to Athos being cheated, or his son Raoul being cheated by the king, which is a driving force of Athos' motives in this film. This film has great writing, great action, great story, great score, and it truly is an enjoyment to watch. Gabriel Byrne played quite a bit of good roles in the 90s and early 2000s. John Malkovich is a freaking legend, as is Jeremy Irons. Gerard Depardieu. I'm not really sure what movies he's been in that I've heard of. Let me see. Well, honestly, I have not heard. Well, Life of Pi I've heard of, not seen. Babylon AD, not seen. So yeah, I have not seen a lot of these movies, so I cannot. Or his acting in this was great. I mean, there is a scene where Porthos feels that he has lost all purpose in life, and he is going to kill himself. He's going to hang himself. Farewell to the mighty Porthos. And he goes out to this bar naked to hang himself. And he tries hanging himself, but the beam breaks and whatnot cleanly. And you would think that that was a movie mistake if you have a keen eye like I do, because it snaps clean like that. It just snaps clean like that, without any sort of bristle or bustle. And then you see frickin' Athos and Aramis are like, oh my god, what's he done? Oh, don't worry, I sawed the beam. Aramis sawed the beam so that he wouldn't, or so that he couldn't hang himself. And Porthos knows this. He's like, Aramis, you sawed the beam. And he's like, yes, because now that you've gotten this out of your system, maybe you can start being useful. Also, I do kind of sympathize with Porthos, as he also in this movie has kidney stones. So, yeah, that kind of is funny to hear, especially concerning my own medical predicament right now. I got a few kidney stones. So I could sympathize, Porthos. I could sympathize. But yes, that was just one of the more hilarious scenes in this movie. I believe it was the most hilarious scene in this movie, because otherwise it does take a more serious tone. It's a really good movie based on conspiracy, and Leonardo DiCaprio, a lot of people give him shit. However, he's a good actor. In this movie, I think he played an impetuous and tyrannical king very well as Louis XIV. And then he also played the opposite of it, compassionate, caring, loving, as Philippe. He does a wonderful freaking job. It shows that he can play both sides and actually do it convincingly. Now, yes, this was of France, so you don't see a lot of French accents, but I can look past that. And if you can too, you'll find a very enjoyable movie. Anyway, folks, objectively speaking, I'd put this movie about 9 out of 10. It's pretty high, objectively speaking. It's got a good story. Some things could have been a little bit done better. Other things, rather easier, or some things could have been a little bit written better here and there. However, I think that this film is very good. It's very good from an objective standpoint. And as a subjective standpoint, this film is also a 9 out of 10. I enjoy it, yes. However, there are some points which I believe could have been done a little bit better. The death of Athos' son could have been done a lot better. So I will take a brief point off of that. But other than that, I feel that this movie did a very good job keeping me interested. It was a good, what are they going to do? How are they going to do it? Can they do it? And can they do it in a way that is successful? So, yes, it really is a wonderful conspiracy movie that I think is really done well. So that's going to be my review. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you like this video, please leave a like, comment what you think down in the comment section below. Share this video out. I can use the watch hours. I kind of need more so I can get up to monetization eligibility. So yes, if you want to support the channel, just watch the videos, folks. That's the best support you can give. And also leave a like while you're at it so the algorithm can recognize my channel a little bit more. Anyway, thank you so much. Check out the other content over there and subscribe if you're new. This has been Orange Hat Reviews. Have a wonderful day. Stay humble.